Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about 6 mindsets that help you to crack an interview as an interviewee, that is, like a person who gives the interview. All right, now, mindset number one, that is end goal orientation. So that means when you give an interview, you need to have the end goal in your mind. So, generally, the objective of any interview that you give is to get an offer letter from the interviewer or from the employer. Interviewer is the person who takes the interview from you, and the employer can be an organization or a person who has the possibility of giving you the job. So end of the interview, either you need to get the next step in the job selection process. Okay, they will tell you. If not, you can ask politely, or you need to get the offer letter if there is a possibility to get a spot offer letter. All right, so the first mindset is that you need to have the end goal in your mind when you are giving an interview. All right, now the second mindset that you can have is learning mindset. That means you need to treat the interview also as a learning opportunity. Obviously, it's part of the learning process in life, it's part of the learning process in the job selection process. So obviously you can learn so much from an interview also. So if you are too afraid, or if you are not focusing on the learning opportunities, you miss out on that, which you should not do. So giving an interview is also a very good learning opportunity, so that should be your mindset. You should focus on that consciously. All right, now, so this is the second mindset. Now let's move to third mindset. The third mindset is equality, right? So that means, you are giving the interview, so you are an interviewee, and someone or a team of 2 or 3 members called an interview panel is taking the interview the other side. And what is the equality here? You are a human being who is trying to do something, okay, and they are also human beings who are trying to do something, which is meaningful, which is maybe part of their job. And of course they are under certain pressure, and some time pressure, some performance pressure, and you are also under certain pressure, like performance pressure, because maybe you need the job, maybe your family members pressurize you for a job, right? So this is about the mindset 3. So the mindset 3 is all about, you need to have a kind of equality in your mind. You need to understand that the person who is taking the interview from you, or the people in the interview panel, are also just like you, human beings, who are trying to do their job, nothing more and nothing less. They are not demons, they are not devils, they are not ghosts, right? Generally, yeah. All right, now let's move to mindset number 4. Okay, the mindset number 4 is a bit connected to mindset number 1, that is end goal orientation. So that means, by the end of the interview, or by the time you come out of the interview room or interview hall, it is very important for you to understand what is the next step in the job selection process or the interview process. Okay, so in most cases, in most interviews, generally the offer letters are not given at the end of the interview, because they still need to think, they need to process other applications, other applicants, right? So you really need to know, and you should have a clear mindset to get that next step at the end of the interview. If they don't inform you by the end of the interview, you need to politely ask, may I know what is the next step in the selection process, or may I know, like, how will I be informed about my selection or not in this process. Okay, that you can ask a polite question. So especially when the interviewer asks you, if you have do you have any questions, like that, you can use the opportunity and try to get the information about the next step. All right, and that is mindset number 4. Mindset number 5 is cool, calm, pleasant mindset. That means you should position yourself in terms of mindset and behavior that you can enjoy the process, instead of being tense, or instead of being too worried about the result or about the process, you need to set a mindset of enjoying the process, enjoying the journey. All right. So you know now that is number 5, mindset number 5. A cool, calm, pleasant means happy, you know mindset. Okay, right. And now the final one, the sixth mindset, right, is yes, you can take interviews from others just for practice, so that you can understand how a person who takes interviews, how an interviewer thinks, what kind of questions an interviewer feels like asking, like that. You can try, if possible, even if you can team up with, more than, one member, so that you are part of a panel which actually takes interviews. This can be a practice or a mock interview, just to expose you to the other direction of interview process. Because if you always practice like giving interviews, then how can you really understand how a taker of an interview thinks? Okay, right. To understand how a person who takes an interview, an interviewer or an employer thinks, you need to take some practice or mock interviews. That, I think, definitely helps you a lot in terms of strengthening your mindset to position strongly into giving a good interview. So these are the 6 steps, or 6 mindsets, that one can have, that you can have, to strengthen yourself into giving a good interview, a strong interview. All right. If you want to know more about things like this, or if you want to be coached by me in a group or one to one, you can just sign up for free at my landing page, www.radhakrishnamoluru.in. That is radhakrashnamoluru.in. Okay, and of course you have my YouTube channel, Coach Radhakrishna Moluru. So thank you very much for your time, and all the best.